Dr. Manko watching the TPN TV and radio network to you live. So team members then at the diaspora. In fact, Alfred Conteh, Alfred was one of the executive in the New Jersey chapter. So, Mr. Alfred Conteh, thank you very much for coming to the program. Alfred, I'm hear you.
You hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you. I say thank you very much for the program.
Oh, thank you for having me.
So, for people that they do with whether this Alfred Conteh, could you introduce yourself and tell me a little bit about?
Well, una hear me, eh? Hello?
They hear you.
Yeah, well, like I say, I'm Alfred Conteh, I'm APC, former executive member of New Jersey chapter, and I reside here in New Jersey.
So we start with the New Jersey chapter. Which position will you be on New Jersey?
Well, I've been fundraising director, and then at one time I was assistant secretary general.
Now, fast forward to now. I know you are a member of the NRM International. Now, American I am. Tell me about that position there.
Well, yeah. Actually, I've been the founder of the ARM. We been there in America, yeah. We're one of the founding members. Now we late brother M Banks,
yeah,
and the late Fode Mansare and the late Alex Mansare, we were all in it. But at this stage right now, the ARM still there, and then later we joined together with the NRM. And at the NRM, I was the international coordinator, and later the boys, the team in Freetown and the rest, they get meeting, they hold election, and they elect me the deputy chairman of the NRM.
Oh, right now.
Yes. So in the NRM, I then position in their own.
So we will talk about the NRM before the NRM puts the APC in a court, and I think I've been done talk to you about that in this program, right?
Yeah, we not talk about that the last time. So I've been there with the late M Banks.
M Banks, yeah.
Extensively, yes.
Yeah. So I don't want to repeat that again. But I believe I know say the NRM officially been pulled that case there before you personally sue the APC leadership. Tell me about why you come to this decision for APC leadership.
All right. Well, a beautiful question. So what can happen is I want to give people them if you permit me, Lagi.
Yeah, go ahead. This program is for you. Go ahead.
Beautiful. La educate to fumble them. How will they reach you so they so? All right. In 2017, after the McKinney Convention, some of we see what happened there. we see and say not been right, And right after I left that place, now I say we need for reform the APC. So I tried the next day, I go to court. But then in the now we na power, now APC been in power, and that's not president. So then give me warning strictly. the guy say if you try for student wire, then go nyaka you. That's what he tell me, So basically, I come America and can begin do this reform. People will be not follow me on social media go no say from where Anes Koroma be president, now I begin right. The one to be more than me also, now let me say in a chairman for life. So I've been they condemn that, say if I come out and denounce that, if I make a statement say not to chairman for life, and nobody know for allow self-led and call a chairman for life. So I begin from 2017. Then after we lost the election, then we decide for basically go public, with the reformation, and then we can join with the NRM Natongs, and there was another group in England where they call the Way Forward, But after we join all this together, we present with case like how they do internally. We meet with the boys in Freetown. They call them boys, but I men them, But most of them are young guys in their 30s, So then go meet with the leadership of the party. They say, Pa, based on what's in the happen, the way we lost this election, we lost twice, and now we've been in a power, unable to come up with any strategy or waiting. So let we reform the party. We need ABC done, We need let we remove this selection clause, because before the NRM do that, we do a tour. We tour the entire country, the entire Sierra Leone. We go to all 16 districts. We held meetings with all these people. We get with findings. Those findings are also recorded in videos and audios, Then give we waiting to make them feel say we lost the election. At the time we take them, we come meet the party, meet with Yansane, Minkailo Mazare, and Escoromano be there, and explain to them, and they look down on it. They're not taken serious, After some time, we begin bug them. They even issue statements say if we go there, then go beat we. They even attack with boys in the party office. So we have stop for go. When Escoroma come to party office, the NRM make them case. Now I say, well, we come meet. So they meet in a party office. Now I say, well, waiting this board and the Fed for it correct. Unale we reform the party. And Escoroma officially joined the NRM. Instead of wear the cap, it take picture with the NRM. So let we reform the party. You understand?
Yeah.
It left that instruction there to Yansane for reform the party. What did Yansane do? After some time, we'll pile pressure upon him. Now he formed the CRC. He say it form a constitutional review committee. When he formed the constitutional review committee, the press release where he issued, instead of he saying that the NRM can't tell whether we reform, he said in the form a constitutional review committee based on the findings of the 9-man committee. Now the 9-man committee, then report or the finding has never been made public to anybody. You understand?
Yeah.
So I go say the reform party based on that recommendation. Where the chairman self tell you say, based on what in the NRM boys here can do, let we do reformation, let we amend the 1995 constitution. So Yansane take that simple project for amend that constitution in a minor way. It turned into this big bureaucratic project. It formed the CRC. The CRC was made up of 35 people. I think they make 36, and one other person will make 37 or so. They make this big committee, and then they did them for be, I think inside 1 month, then for done according to the timeline, then take over 6 months. Long story short, or 9 months, I think. Long story short, they come up with the new constitution. They remove selection, they replace it with consultation, which was stupid, you know? So we all say no. Then they take more power and delegates, they apportion them to the chairman and leader. So the thing been it was a mess. So while we they kick against that constitution, now in the APC said and they go hold convention at Potloko. So when we read that, we go to the PPRC. We file a petition. Say, hey, these people want to go hold convention at Potloko, but we don't object to them. They don't listen to we go only step in for talk the case. Because that's all we feel say the PPRC is supposed to do. So the PPRC look into the matter. They said none of una not to executive member of the APC. We need somebody when an executive member, not just we buy the card saying an executive member, but active serving executive member of APC. So we bring in Honorable Robin Fale. Honorable Robin Fale come and Yansanet deny and say not to executive member. So because of that, we never get the PPRC for resolve the internal fight. So the PPRC issue letter, the give letter say, una go na Sierra Leone High Court, na court go able resolve una matter. So now we tell the APC say, they go court. This convention una they go, not go right. So if not anybody we get we're peaceful or where they look for come up with something, then we get that opportunity at that time for say una can't talk. They're not doing. In fact, prior to us going to the PPRC, we say we need lists of the delegates the way they go to this convention. Since we are not giving the constitution, we don't know what's in the inside there. We need the delegates them, so we'll go talk to them. They're not agree. We say, okay, how about I give you some delegate status? So we say go there, we go look this constitution, we go raise objection, then we go maybe convince the delegates them, let them know vote in favor of them. They not agree. I want to let people know these are all steps the way we take. We not just grab, we go do this thing. So after we don't fail all this way, now say okay, we go court. So the APC party know ahead of time, say they go court. But yet still, they deceive the people and drag them go put local. They make people from the diaspora buy tickets. Even when they tell them, so no go, this convention not get for right because they stop her. Then they look we, una able stop we, una now. APC will get this habit for dismiss. When they look to get for affect we dismiss her. Just like how them set commission of inquiry. Most of these flag bearers where they jump, then be dismissed and they call them kangaroo courts. Well, that kangaroo courts, they don't hold them so where they're able. Long story short, not under address. So we come back to this thing. Then go put local. We file injunction. We stop the convention. Now, after we don't stop this convention, the injunction don't come. What's in the first thing where they do? Then file a reply to we lawsuit. The reply where they file, the first thing where they do, then tell we say we not to members of the APC. So we don't get right for sue them. It's the dumbest argument ever. Because number one, the APC is a national political party. You campaign to everybody. And I only keep that thought. APC is a national political party. You campaign to everybody. So for sue you for not following the rules and regulations, you don't need to be member of the APC party. So the argument's not a stupid one. But then go with like 4 or 5 different arguments. After they lost that first phase, the lawyer then tell them, say, then they are always waiting at this lawsuit. So no get answer for it. Because there's clear violation. So the only way we'll solve this, let we talk to them boy. They refuse. Okay? So then she don't say, we say na the NRM in the wait. We wait, nothing happen. Then we write letter. But by this time, the strategy where they use, they want split. Okay? Then fend somebody because amongst we, one fellow in the way all man they say this guy may not trust him. But people not even join NRM, reformers, They refuse for join NRM when they find out, say, they front and center of this movement. Because they not trust them. They may not deal with us. So man say, I deal with an college, a very deceptive, is selfish, all that kind of thing.
Who's posting this? Who's posting this?
It was the PRO. Now we PRO, the PRO, right? So at the end of the day, now the post where the party very now they use because now been the weak link, you know. They use them and it left me. So the splits come into the NRM. But after the split come, we still know say we are the NRM. Now we get the main name, now we are the majority, now we everything. Because just the PRO cannot split the organization, you know. But long story short, we got to the point where we say, well, from who file this lawsuit, then people are not they talk to we. Let we talk to them. So we write letter to the establishment. Again, I want to let people know because we know say we not get much time not there now we are. So we write letter to the establishment. We say, look and talk. Let we see how we go resolve this matter. You understand?
Yeah.
That letter go, it take I think 9 or 13 weeks, you know, before you answer ne. We don't get reply from them. So now we write the second letter. We they ask for the first letter. We say at least when I give you acknowledgement, so when I receive this letter. The second letter now, when they reply to we say yes, they receive them. Then they name a facilitator or mediator. One Dr. Bangura, you know. So Dr. Bangura became the mediator between we and the establishment. And that process then drag the foot. Say, because the mandates for expire October. So when the mandates expire, inside that 2 weeks there, where the mandates don't expire, then they rush now, do all kinds of things, invite the boys to McKinney, then go there, then go rush, then sign MOU. So when they sign the MOU for let peace come, some of we look and say, wait a minute, they're not getting legality anymore. Why they not been not do this all along? This case don't in a court for over a year.
So this one, for make I able follow up, this efforts where they do now McKinney, that's in the time don't expire now, right?
Yes, it don't expire 2 weeks, 1 day to be exact. Because it was signed on November 1st. Then the mandate expire October 16th or October 15th. You know? So it been not expire, completely done, or October 17th, one of those days. You know? So at the end of the day, now they turn out and rush go sign. Now me see that I say, wait a minute, they don't get no mandate really for sign. Then they work on the extension because APC, one thing I believe say the leadership think, then feel say we all know APC are stupid fools. And I we they tell and say not to all man fool na. The days of stupid fools don't go. But long story short, then go sign this MOU and then count them. But when they sign the MOU, what's in the Secretary General say? Not be there. The Secretary General say no organ inside the APC not supersede the Secretariat. So for go get anybody right based on MOU, no. I ain't get for do everything. I ain't go conduct election. I ain't go do everything. So we know say that MOU is not get for left, it's not get for take off. You know, thing they know them for do, they not do one. Thing they know them if for don't resolve because they put timeline and the neighbor resolve none of those. You know, until the next thing where we know, then say for go withdraw the case. And so now withdraw the case. When I withdraw the case, they'll go implement the MOU. Now as I said, this did not make sense. In fact, the divide been don't come wide now between us. We will feel say the enough for withdraw the case before we proceed into the implementation phase of the MOU. Because some of we feel say if the case then a court, it will force them to implement. But then say no, when I pull them, then we will implement. Now I say me not buy this and not trust this. You know? So long story short, that's how we ended up with how we did. So now I tell the boys, say, if we're not pull this case, I said, me go file another one. You don't understand.
Yeah.
So while and they in that process, they file me. This thing filed on January 26th. It been they out say another lawsuit don't come. You understand? Everybody know. Okay. And then sat down, I think January 19th actually. Then sit down, they not do anything until February something. What I mean, not do anything. Then dismiss me. Then say, you know, go to oversee if I lawsuit. In fact, then Bobo then call me. One guy from California call me, say, Bo, they say, no, talk better to you, lawsuits, na nothing, you know. But long story short, then we get chance again, just like with the NRM, for fixing. NRM, a simple thing that we ask for. We say, let we amend the constitution. Law remove selection. Law put term limits. Law separate leader and chairman. Let we make sure, say, nuance. We give them delegate status, something to the effect. And anti-party activities, waiting constitutor. Because I mean the abuser, you understand? An abuser, that guy, you know? It's just they abuse power left and right. So, I mean they abuse them thing and they also make them difficult for letting know they can't expel people because of personal vendetta or something. This is what they ask. Where if not anybody, man could even you, man could tell me, now been the head the APC. Me, I don't see problem with this ask. But the main thing with them afraid, to be honest with you, now election APC the afraid. Right now, they not say if we go into any form of election, who side the delegates them, now elect them, they elect them. Then we go inside the hall, we go all election. Then they look and say power they left them. You don't understand. Now election in the frame. Because this thing, anybody talk to, we're not afraid election, or we feel say the thing, it's simple. Not for even they now court state and tell me. This for don't. But they're not doing, then turn. They say they don't write constitution, are we powerful? I say, yeah, we don't write it, we know. But who is in charge here? Una time don't expire. If we go adopt that constitution under una name, and Eskoroma as the chairman, we're going to convention, Yansane as the secretary general, we're going to that convention, they will one all delegates them. Guess what? Somebody go sit there and wait. After we don't elect flag bearer, we don't go, maybe 2 months to the election, it go file lawsuits. It not need for be APC. Trust me. Anybody can do this. Once he file the lawsuit, it tell you, say, yes, me a voter, me a registered voter. I want vote for una, but una not complete the thing right. The people who in the head the party at that time una go, they not go work. So some of we look at the legal traps where they are ahead. I say, you know what, una they do this. So now we decide, say, let we file this lawsuit. You don't understand?
Yeah.
We file them for make sure, say, we iron out the problem of legality. And once we iron out the problem of legality, we don't clear everything. I believe, say, if we move forward, we're going to that convention with elected delegates. When are the people, the membership of APC don't elect them. Then elected delegates, then go elect anybody for be secretary general. They elect people for be a chairman. They elect what we call a leader, you know, or flag bearer. Bravo, come on, a united APC. If somebody lost election inside that delegate conference, you're not going to say they rogue me. But if you go now this one way they get, this current one way they want to do, this kuku jumuku delegates, we're going to convention. Bra, anything can be. And one thing I want to tell people, the Potloko convention will stop. The Yansana call them National Delegate Conference, where it contravened the very constitution, the 1995 constitution. The National Delegates Conference can only be held 36 months apart after every 3 years. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
They say if emergency can, then they call emergency conference. You understand? So if you go for go adopt constitution, you know we call a National Delegate Conference. Call on something else. But that convention, they not to constitution them want go adopt. Now other thing them want go do. Them want go reorg and come back and left everybody else out like a carefree life. Say, you know, it's in. Now we get APC, where to say NEFCOT, you know?
So I got a lot of comments where they come in. We will read them comment and we'll allow you for make you respond to that one day. But before that, I just want to tell people them if you want to be part of the conversation, the link where I put like the broadcast, if you click you come in and ask you a question. If you just want for ask a question through phone, the number where they call is now the screen also 480-409-4001. Mr. Conteh, what's in the way forward? Because I know say them in those. Can you tell me what's in the status of your lawsuit right now? I believe say the court's been on take injunction, and we they award you 30 million leos, we yes, and 10 million EBK 10 million and the party 10 million. Tell me about that.
Well, what thing happened? When the lawsuit, where the courts, where the proceeding starts, the courts where them begin talk the case. The same thing, and can't say media, this and that. Then instead of go after the main thing of the case, then go after me. So they lost all of that. So when they lost all of that, then we go to the main body of the case. In fact, when they lost all of that, then we finance and Air Force 5 million. You don't understand. Then after that, we go to the main body of the case. When we go to the main body of the case, before we go to that, then the APC party say, the lawyer say, well, time they against we as a political party, we want to go host convention, we want to go adopt the constitution. So they ask the judge for let the judge give them that right day for go adopt the constitution. You don't understand. So the judge say, okay, we'll come back next week and talk about that.
Adopt the constitution.
The person who just calling, just mute you for right now. After Alfred Conteh don't talk, if you get question, you ask question. But just mute you for. And I kind of say they listen at the phone, they also listen and the broadcast. So they are in echo. Please.
I know the noise, you know the mute, you can mute, huh?
Yeah, but it is listing. Okay.
Thank you. Yes. So we're gonna court now. Where the lawyer come, where they go ask for that, the judge say, okay, since we want to go host convention and adopt the constitution, they say I'll go give you that. They say, but this is how it be. Because our term don't expire, we not get the legality anymore.
Please leave a message after the tone.
All right. Well, I don't know the person. All right. You need for call back. I don't turn it off. You need for call back. What?
Yeah. So the legality, right?
Yeah.
So the judge says since we don't want to go adopt the constitution, but we get legal problem. I want let una step aside and allow the party for do along with PPRC for supervise una. Let the party go adopt the constitution, conduct elections. You understand? And then una come back to me. So we ask for this. We lawyer them. We APC lawyer them. We're gonna court.
Yeah.
Now they ask the judge, say the party time they against we. We need to move on. Then make. The judge he sympathize with them. He say, okay, una go do one. But then people they get legality problem. So they not go do one. Una go form a body, an interim, where they conduct their election in there. Interim where they call them go on a convention, where then they go adopt the constitution. Then una come back na court. Bruh, that then do inside April. They say we get 24 months. The people where they say, oh, time the beat. So this verdict came in April. So we all the glad say good. The party they can't move on now. They go adopt constitution. And then Skoroma called meeting. They call NAC members. Okay? People the way appoint. And they call in lawyers. Then go meet. When they meet, the NAC members then tell them, say, Pa, we not get time. Let we move on. let we go adopt this constitution. Based on the information I get from that NAC, not to one source, I get them from different sources. Everybody, including Anes Koroma and Padiden, where they look and say, they are the come up no matter what. They all tell and say, Pa, no, not appeal this case, let's go adopt this constitution. So when NAC no get what he wants, now for the first time, one day call the Congress of the APC. I call the Congress. Congress are the chairman, the four regional chairmen, and the constituency chairman and district chairman. You bring them in. Because say under so then one day they bring them in, then go over waiting commodity, waiting not commodity. The next thing then go file an appeal. So when they file the appeal, they all we back about 6 weeks. Now that appeal, they then give verdict on, so they lost their appeal, and because they lost their appeal, then the judge charged them 10 million each. You understand? But I want to let people know what's in their appeal for. They're not appeal for let them bring all the delegates back home. Then go appeal, say Yansane for Dede, because Yansane don't at the party for over 50 years. If for then at that conference day, I'll go get delegates, I'll go get conference in Dede. They appeal for Anes Koroma. So they not appeal on behalf of the APC, not to for benefits the party, not to for benefits them personally. Now they appeal about it. So they lost the appeal. When they lost the appeal, we in the process, we don't talk to the Council of Elders, let them form an interim. So the Council of Elders, they don't get several meetings, they don't notify the variance and then go file an appeal again. Right now, they don't appeal at the Sierra Leone appeals court. You understand?
So right now, after they lost the first appeal, they don't file another appeal. And this appeal now for Yansane and EBK for dinner at the conference.
Yes. Now they don't file another. What I let people know, people need to understand the danger Motaman they already play with. They have no sympathy for the party. They have no sympathy for the masses where they suffer. Now about themselves. This lawsuit now for let not get problem down the road. Now I make this lawsuit for not get because they not get legality for go conduct any convention or hold any election. So then go back and go file an appeal. So as soon as they speak today while they talk to you, then get an impending appeal at the Sierra Leone appeal court. Appeal court, if they hold that case, my brother, 2023 they can pass, they not even call them. You know what I mean? So they want to damage the party, and as Koroma bent on destroying the APC. Period. I'll let people know that. I don't care. Namawa, if you look me social media posting, there was a time where they brag about this man. A present. But the way I don't cancel, it won't damage the party. And to me, they're not the evil one right now. They're not the only person who I believe say I forgo after with everything. We all the APC will let this party now Ben and Koroma for Butu right now. It won't damage the party. Imagine Sierra Leone appeals court. Sylvia Blyden file your case. They're not going to appeals court or high court or Supreme Court or whatever. Supreme Court, I think, in this case, they're going to. When you go under, my brother, not a 1 year case, not a 2 year case. Who are in the right mind? Go grab, he go appeal after he company and don't tell you. Right now, 2 lawyers don't left. 2 lawyers. They may get over 15 lawyers. Where been they go? Because they all don't drop off. They say, "Boy, this thing is ridiculous." So they look for the one the way they answer them, where they agree with them. Where they bribe na corner, now then they go na court. You don't understand.
Let me reiterate what you say so that people then go understand them very carefully. At the time for summarize them, and at the kind of comment the way the people then put. After the court say we una ask for make una go on is it convention? Because say well we now go
adopt the constitution. Yes, convention to adopt the constitution. Yeah.
Now tell the court say time when they go you want for make the party go adopt the constitution. The court give now the okay, but since Yansane and Koroma then get legal issues, so they not for participate this adoption. Then at the time that they way, then call NAC. NAC go tell them, say, make them go ahead and adopt this. And the Scovano like that. So he call Congress. Congress go sit down and they agree for, instead of them go adopt the constitution as the court say, for go appeal. Then go do the appeal, they lost the appeal. Now they make another appeal. That's I get it correctly?
Very correct. Accurate 100%.
Okay. So the appeal here is for make them two people here, then they then participate by the adoption of the constitution. This is the appeal.
Well, that have been the first appeal we then do. The second one now we then send a Supreme Court. But they don't give ruling on that. You know, they appeal twice. You understand?
Okay.
So they sit down now, they look, there's no waiting again for appeal. Then go appeal say, because the judge say, while we they hold this mini convention, we say we go adopt the constitution. Let we resolve all membership issues. Okay? So when the judge say let them resolve all membership issues, they say the judge not get rights for say that. Well, the judge, I don't know in mind, but the judge, he probably doing research about the APC. You understand?
Yeah.
Don't look and say, in the APC, whenever we get with mini convention, now they resolve membership issues. Even if we want to expel somebody, now they some man are not a national delegate conference we expel them. Now mini convention. And we get boku people away we probably don't left APC we want come back. You know, where they see for C, where they go say, you know anything? APC look like the longer constitution now, where go allow we all I want come back na me party. Or another thing also where people fail for understand, where they fail for understand, every agreement we don't go into, or every legal battle we don't go into, then they bring a membership issue. They don't declare we say we not a member, all the NRM. You understand?
Yeah.
Then don't go the MOU where then go sign. The MOU where then sign na McKinney. The MOU say let them address membership issue. It was item number 1. You understand? So the judge probably looked at documents the day. It looked past events of the APC. It say okay, so when they go there, una not forget it, una resolve all membership issue. Then don't take her now. Oh, well, why the judge for tell we from nine at the other appeal? They're ready for appeal. Say next one chance if they get chance. So these people know they look for the party win one for kind of power, and they don't begin make some of we don't they believe waiting and say then get plan for cell game 2023. We go reach to that, but I go want let people know this appeal where they appeal. They say we not for resolve membership issue. Well, we for resolve them. Once if we go there, we declare say all NRM people are members of the APC. Now one of the two they clear in that place. And all who that them not expel unlawfully, we for bring them back. Or who that one come back, we not they go force you say come. But if somebody say I want come back, they come. If groups say they want come back, then they come. Come and remember the hall. Let me say don't come on a jail. Instead of say no thing, APC na me party. Because I've been 5 branch guy in America. Yeah. They go salon and go expel them. So if you say I want come back, who they call them? Instead of convention, they can't sign. You know? Yeah. And people they don't expel. So this is all waiting the judge say. They say, "Oh, go do one." They say, "No, we not for do nothing." So me, I just when you look the thing, they vex stay sometimes. They say, "Waiting them people you want." Now I cannot get one respect for an Eskoroma anymore. One, you know, it won't pull this party for.
So let me go now to the comment. If you want to be part of the conversation, let me put the phone number again. The phone number is 480-409-4001. You can call that number there. You ask your question if you want for do. If you want to come directly to the broadcast, this is the link where you get for use your browser and come in and ask your question. And let me go to the comment. The first comment comes from Malam Usman. He said, "Mr. Conteh, remember, time is not in our favor." So, what are you take on that?
Beautiful question, my brother Malam, me comrade. I think instead of not understand, time is the go. I go Freetown. Let I explain this. I go Freetown. Follow go sit down. Let we form this interim. Let we move on. What is them do? Then go attack me. And after that, none of them can say, well, oh, Sidonlo make this thing. So right now, time is not on our favor. I agree. But not to me only party. Now I don't tell you so. And as Koroma, we don't benefit from this party. They don't be chairman of this party for 16 years. Chairman and leader for 16 years. They don't be leader for 20 plus years. Now all we now. Wait again the man want to know. They don't rule for 2 terms. They get everything. Then tell you say step aside, let the party go adopt constitution. You not agree. You file appeal. You lost the appeal. Then you come back, you say, well, if then they go to the convention, they're not for fix any membership issue. Whether there will be non-draft, then draft. No, would they fix them? Now so APC don't now pass precedents. So the thing always they do so it don't make sense. Then just want to destroy this party. So Malam, my brother, Usman or Malam waiting, the time where they say no then we are now Neskoroma for tell that one. Okay, me lawsuit, not between palava between me and Nes. The lawsuit, na palava between and Neskoroma.
Hold on. You hear me?
Yes, I hear you, sir.
Okay, hold on. Make Alfred done, and I will make you come. Alfred, continue.
Okay.
Yeah. So the lawsuit what they talk so, not between me and SG Palava. The lawsuit is about legality. When they're not legal, even if I pull the case, they make them legal. They're still not legal.
Hello?
And we will get problems. So none of these things.
Hold on. Alfred, hold on. I think this is
hello.
Yeah, hold on. Okay. If you call in, just hold on. I come to you. Alfred talk.
Yeah, you alone. Come back.
No, just hold on.
Okay, sir.
All right, go ahead, Alfred. Continue complete what you say.
Okay. So me lost like
this is by Wally. I get something commented for the bank. What is man talk?
They ask one question, the mandate an answer. So wait, make me finish. Then I will tell you. I will ask you for make you ask the question. Okay.
Okay, sir.
All right, go ahead, Alfred. Complete.
Yeah. So this lawsuit is about legality. So whether you pull them, where people they say go pull the case, go pull them. If I pull them, it don't make them legal. They're still illegal. So now a matter of time before somebody else file a lawsuit. In fact, there's another lawsuit where they install right now. So this one now the law catch them. What thing I need for do now for bow out gracefully and let this party continue, not to them get them, not to them personal property. So I believe I don't answer that.
Yeah, thank you very much. Now let's 4951.
Marcus, I don't get it very clear. The line they break up and
I say, you hear me now? You hear me clearly?
Yes.
Okay, I say, what's your question and what's your comment?
Well, the guy will talk Alfred Conteh, it is Adestroma and other friends of the party. What thing they do so not to point the party for taking a court? I believe strongly say they get elders there and a council where they resolve any disputes within the party. Why not use that channel there?
So you've been listening in the beginning where you've been explain all what transpired.
No, I come in the middle of the conversation.
Yeah, so one of the questions where I be asked where he explain everything, how them go around behind the scene and they try to reach out to all the elders they rebuff them because they say they're not going able to succeed, something like that. So Alfred, you want to comment on that quickly?
But man, what do you use that channel in there? What do you prove that? You share any statement on the text message?
Well, let's listen to her now. Can you take 1 minute and try for comment on this, answer this?
Yeah. So thank you, comrade. A good question. The Cowdios don't say, I've been don't answer this, but I want to tell you something. Before even
area at all.
Before even we go to the PPRC, also starts.
Hold on. You know the area?
At all, and the area. Now, only you are the area.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. Let me see. I think Alfred, hold on. Okay, give me 1 minute. Let me just do here if I could. Because you call for now WhatsApp. Let me see if I go able for setting up the audio.
Oh, no, I'm not calling you on WhatsApp. I'm calling direct.
Yeah. The number now WhatsApp number. So actually, hold on. Let me see.
Oh, okay.
Let me see. I'll talk about if you hear me.
Yeah, well, mic check 1 2. Can you hear me?
You area now?
No, not at all. I'm in the area.
Okay, hold on.
I can go back now. Now.
Okay. So when you ask the question, you can log out and go back at the way they call. Then you listen in comment.
Yeah, and give priority if you want to follow up. So it goes
If you want to follow up, the priority again, okay? Okay. All right, go ahead, Alfred.
Yeah. So that question the way this comrade asked, now one of the questions the way Boku people don't call me and say, hey, but we not get time now we are. You know? Why not we resolve this thing indoor instead of going there? So one thing we've been doing in the NRM, after we don't see say the secretary when Usmai and Sane, and they all don't lock we off, they don't shut we off. We look for another organ who feel say get voice within the party when are the veterans. So the NRM met with the veterans.
I gotta go back to Facebook and listen because I'm not hearing nothing.
All right. Go back now Facebook and listen. Then okay. if you want for what they call, you can do another priority.
Okay, no problem. I'll do that. Sure.
All right. Yeah. So we come ready in question. It say why we not use internal channel because this going to court now the party will well. Now that we understand, then kick we out of the party office. Then tell we then tell marshals them, you know. Yes.
Hold on, guys. Hold on.
You there with me?
Yeah, I will hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. So then tell marshals. Yeah. Then tell marshals.
Alfred Conteh.
The question. One question first. Wait, don't. I did give chance for me to ask the question.
Okay, sir. No problem.
Go ahead, Alfred.
So the court give me the green light. You understand? No. So before we go court, we go first to the PPRC. This now after we don't try every effort. We ask for delegates list. They're not give it. We ask for constitution. They're not give it. This now outside the thing starts. So now I tell people. Then one thing what we do after PPRC reject we go to one organ of the party we'll call the veterans. We met with the veterans. The veterans they listen to we case. The veteran then go relay the case. The veteran they not get no headway. Then they can they say we don't try, but then part they still not agree. So now this we go court. So we don't try all them here, including what thing that I explained earlier on. Bra, we not get no option but for go court. Then are the first lawsuit. This second one now about legality for fix the problem. When they don't see, don't say they don't expire. So, bra, if we go convention, just say you go pull case. We pull case, you not make it legal. Somebody that's in before Lian. It can even be one of the flag bearer themselves. One of the flag bearer aspirant them. He go say, oh, I don't go convention, I lost. This guy will win, so he win under illegal executive. Now lawsuit they go file back. So what do they do? Would they form an interim with a court order? We say, "Oh, now go do this." We do them. When a court order, somebody will say that court order they not legal. Now legal document we get. So now the fixing this all they do. Not to hate to, but nobody no hates the party reach me. Me, I can't wait to campaign. You know what I mean? But right now, no fix with in-house problem. Okay? Look, all these two Africanist press they put out there. The cherry cocoa they not fix go on TV and follow through. Take them one by one. Do parliamentary hearing. Call them and they say, hey, now the allegation this explain to me. Do this. Then they do them. The party not a function. I don't understand them people here when they talk about them people here. They're not a function at all.
Yeah, and now, Kola, go ahead and ask your question.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Makuta. Professor Kamara from New Jersey. So I'm glad all routine Alfred Conteh they try for do. Me and one of the people are not there against him. But the only thing is what I get with Alfred Conteh is okay, that true, we don't want APC let them be there forever. I mean there must be that particular clause where they bring at the constitution say selection, let them do election. But the thing is, I don't know the timing because the thing is now the delay 2023 is almost close to we. So what's in the thing why they ask Alfred Conteh? Is this not politically, not all people in the use them for make sure say let them delay, we lose this election? Say an Escourma, we go for families and means we go pull and we will continue for being leader forever. But me they look, I don't know if Alfred Conteh, even when we in New Jersey, they always tell us, and they look very suspicious with them because at the end of the day, this year when they do so, in the delay for the election, why would we go find big people that won't go able to sit down, now settle this matter outside court rather than within a court? Because SLPP now they use, we believe saying they use Alfred Conteh. SLPP they use Alfred Conteh. I'm 100% certain for that. I mean, friend New Jersey, I'm not a problem with that. But the only thing I get with that is the timing. It's wrong. Because I'm not sure, of course, nobody, me, particularly, no one let Escourma be leader forever. But this year is so close that if we want to stake, we won't go lose. And we won't lose. They're waiting at the needed. Okay. They have Conteh in New Jersey here. Why don't they go speak for let go fetch this year instead of being in New Jersey here? If you really get interest for this year, why is it still in New Jersey here? You don't go free to let go fetch this case here.
Okay. Thank you very much for your question. I think say the same question was well, the first part of the question. I think what I understand, Alfred Conteh explained that well, maybe they explain them back or he focus on the second part of the question. The first question, Alfred Conteh with judges now, not so then the delay, the court's been done rule already for say make the party. The only caveat to that is no one for Escourma and Yansane for make them participate in the adoption because of their time don't expire. So they perform an interim for make them adopt. Then go now, then an Escourma call NAC tell them we go ahead and adopt an Escourma and call Congress go then instead of them go. So therefore file an appeal. The appeal was rejected. And now the delay for adopting constitution right now is in the hands of Escourma and Yansane. But the second part we talk about whether now they try for user Alfred, you can answer to that, and we will go back to the comment section.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Dr. Kamara. Asabian personally, and it's unfortunate they think so, but everybody entitled to their opinion. You know, nobody know they use me. You know, if I really look me say they don't say nobody know they use me. If you been to follow me from day one, from where an Escourma sit down as sitting president, now the very forum where they talk so, even for don't know say this not to use them, they use me. When it comes to fixing this party, nobody know they use me. Nobody know they use me. Okay? Dr. Kamara, like I say, I get respect for him. If not the other person, one know, maybe I've been for answer in another way. But I want to let you know, say, SLPP know they use me. What thing they happen, I don't explain. I think it himself miss Instead miss the thing where they go on. Right now, the person where all man for suspects now an escoroma. Now SLPP they use. Court don't give you rights to go adopt constitution. Unless they answer and they say no, or not they go. Because then for day. The court go back, you tell them, say no, not for day. Then fine them 10 million. You don't understand. Then they come back, they say, well, we not go convention, we not go resolve membership issue, we not agree. What in that they mean? What in that this thing? So who that all we right now? Now an escoroma and yasane whole we. If we not focus on anger go there, the two way say go salon for go sit down there. That not in fact not make sense. It not make sense coming from a doctor. You don't understand. It not make sense. Why for go sit down there? They don't give order, court order. Then give it timeline. So the timeline and they execute and why for day. I don't have to be there. It's not. I'm not fighting them people here for saying a personal vendetta. I'm fighting for everybody in the APC. What's happen at McKinney? That kind of tyrannic behavior was here. You know, they ever happen at APC again. So long as we there around, you know. So I want let doctor know that. I don't need for day. I don't need for day. People let me say, oh, he the optic, he the alatif. Can't turn on. I go Freetown. I was there. I went to the very party office. Accommodate nothing. Waiting. Not afraid of the afraid. Anytime I want to go to, I go. If you want, they put me flight tickets at the post on Facebook. I send on every forum. Una meet me na Lunge. So this whole thing where they make me. No, I'm not afraid of. Me na salon abon. Una meet me na Lunge. Bang bang. You know. So
thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Kamara. All right, let me go to the Asmadisi for put the comment them that the brought. Usman Kamara needs to step aside and allow young charismatic blood to take the party to another level. Any comments on that?
Well, a very beautiful observation. You know, the unfortunate thing we'll get in a salon, Mankota, I'll give you this and let the audience here read this analysis what they can give. Okay? The last election, where we end up go into the runoff. But before the runoff, if you count the 4 political parties that will take the 4 top positions in salon, when are the SLPP, the APC, NGC, and C4C, all 4 political parties, the leaders of all 4 political parties, now politicians, either former politicians or current politicians. So, me not they look say na age. In fact, the reform will get not to age. We get people like Kotosori Sarawali, when are they mean fit for APC, the way APC they can have power. You know what I mean? And we get the Honorable Ibrahim Bundu them. When are reformers? You don't understand. These are not to picking them. We got other people that are not called the name here. Older one, when I even sitting members of NAC, where they would be. But the reality is, it's not about the age. It's just that when you look salon, every time one of the bad luck will recycle the same type of politician. And Eskoroma did well than most presidents we don't candy. You don't understand. And what thing happen? It do well because now from outside it come out. If you take these people, they recycle them into power. Madabiona be former president. Now nine are the presidents now. KKY now be Minister of Trade. Ibuango Tom president. Sam Sumana now be former vice president. You understand? And then Samura Kamara down there in the system for 36 years. So really, that election the way passed. Now the same set of anyhow even forgo. Now it's also back the candidate. So you're not going to get new flavor if they use the same set of people.
Hello,
with me comrade Usman, where they say new generation, new blood for Kam. I agree with that.
Okay, so this guy don't come back. So you get any follow up? Go ahead, caller. Go ahead.
Dr. Mankota, this guy, Alfred Conteh, all the people where they come through, and then they can't nothing at the table for make APC win the elections. Nothing. Even if they talk show, it never bring nobody from men and win the 2023 election. No. Abraham Bunu, we say if I contest like thing, I could be Tande. When they come also, for say now people away the party. What they will count the table for them, let APC win the election. Nothing.
Okay.
So now people make no more. You know, any party they get people away the where get defensive views. You know, and Alfred Conteh is one of them.
So did you hear what Alfred say about holding the party into ransom at this particular time? You hear that in comment?
No, I don't comment today.
All right. Somebody asked her, based on the explanation, the court say not to hold the party because the court case them don't already the court don't decide say let them go ahead and adopt the constitution as originally planned. The only thing is, since Yasane and EBK and time they expire, they never take charge of that process. They never participate in that process. Them now when the court says so, then yeah.
How then go say they will never participate where we can conduct elections? They are now then be the current people away for conduct elections and you want to take over.
But you know, if you say there are other people within the party who not capable to do this like an interim, we're supposed to do this for the benefit of the party. Are you telling me that there is no other person who capable for? What happened? Let's be fair here. What happened if no God forbid it 7 times? What happened if an Eskroma die? What happened if your spirit died? What you get for you?
Deputies are there.
Yeah, well, there are them 2 people I know what they say. They don't forget it. Hold on. Now, only 2 people within the leadership where they say they're not for participate, they get them deputy. Why they not delegate that responsibility to them deputy or they form an interim body where they do them?
But why they say people are not for participate? What are the major reason?
The reason was according to what we understand, the time got expired.
Right? There are only these 2 people there.
Because of the leadership. Alfred, can you come in into that?
Well, thank you. You know, Mankota, this night now some of the data. What happen like this man with the talk show? We go try for educate them, but you not get for work because you don't even understand what's in the gun. Right now, the way they talk show.
I know very.
Okay, you can go back. You can go back. Na the Facebook and listen. Make you go back to Facebook. Make you listen.
Yeah. So some people not get for some people not get for able to understand because then they refuse. You know, where they say so, where they say Ibrahim Bundu never bring anything to the table. I know they talk about bringing anything to the table, but regardless, if you know the man in resume, you don't go talk shit. You know they talk shit. It don't win. The seats not been seen. You know also now he left. He resigned. He win on 3 times. The margin is unbelievable. You understand? So he don't win election 3 times. The man where then go select na McKinney, Samura Kamara. He don't want to win election. He not even want it now before crowd. Where go McKinney na in web and drive and then drive go there. In company and go to crowd. He not get no crowd. Then go end up for give. So Samurai was nobody. At least Honorable Bundu, he don't be leader of the house. Then I've been the head of government business or waiting and can call your ways and means. You understand? And he have been president of the Caribbean Pacific African APC. That's ACP. Waiting and call African Caribbean Pacific. You know, and I've been president of the Parliament of the African Caribbean Pacific, and I've been co-president for the EU African Caribbean Pacific. So the man get resume, at least he got something when he go tell me something. This man I hope would say so, waiting and not wait and dig, and so waiting say, but now the party maker. So not to, it don't matter. Trust me. The only thing is, we're not going to put criminal there, somebody will get case. Then a problem. But once you get clear record, you're able to talk, you're not politician. That man, they go on radio, then they call them every day for go talk. Because then they see and say, get substance, get quality. This man will put so they dodge. Then he says talk, no problem. You know? So no, you compare Ibrahim Bundo and Samura Sef now night and day. Samura now we make them, you know? It's a weakness.
Let me listen back to another caller. Go ahead and ask you question. If you're not able to reading Alfred the talk, you can go back to the platform and listen. Go ahead. Ask your question.
Okay. I'm going to talk to Marcus. Give me again the opportunity for caller. We don't talk to Alfred this now. We are the same.
Okay, Dr. Kamara, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. The thing is, me know the reason why I tell Alfred for dinner to win an election, you therefore give at the ground for campaign to the people therefore Sabiu. Alfred, what you do so now a very good thing. We all appreciate them because we don't go accept an escourman for them forever. But my worry is if you don't at the ground, they do this campaign, you go able to win a lot of people who will support, let them pressure an escourman, may he stood down to demand the way they ask. But if you don't want America, people in the best part, people right now in Cambia and the villages, they vex because they don't know what are your good intentions. You never go on the ground there for go talk to me. People in Cambia, Potloko, McKinney, all everywhere where people get stronghold. Go tell the people and send the people and you know what you say. You never go talk to them. Let you say you know what is your intention. Believe me, we all go support you, Alfred. But you cannot be in America. There was a people and they confused because of the high amount of illiteracy. You cannot be in the ground, Alfred. If you are not in the ground, people are not understanding that.
So, Alfred, okay, Alfred, you want to Dr. Kamara talk? Alfred.
Yeah, yes. Hello, are you hearing me?
Yeah, go ahead. You want to Dr. Kamara talk?
Yeah, I hear now. Yeah, what you say so clear. I appreciate that. I appreciate your advice because not everyone don't say that, but few people don't say that. In fact, even this morning, I talked to one of the parliamentarians. He said, "Nah, the biggest problem we get because people now then they choose for belief waiting they go on. They not even know say right now na Neskoloma holy. You don't understand. They still feel say na you holy. So I agree with Dr. Kamara 100%, and I appreciate your advice. I will consider it. You know, I will consider it. But
and so don't see that the kind of the media like the TPN it will help a lot because to be honest with you, a lot of people then feel say now you hold this thing and na culture they don't know say you lost to the minimum talk about that and that they be not done. Now the appeal way and the school appeal now in right can hold the way they so that make it very important information na power. You know, and I agree with Dr. Kamara really, because right now everybody, if you look to anyway, maybe you get for watch this. Some people they don't understand and just feel say that you still all this and so the comment the way they talk now something like that, you know. Right.
Yeah. So yeah. No, yeah, that's why I really appreciate the advice from Doc. What we've been do something, but then jingles then they help because I get calls even from Kono, you know,
Alfred,
one of my friend, childhood friends call me.
Alfred,
I just
yeah, hold on. Yeah, go ahead.
I need to call again after this one. I need to call.
Okay.
I just want to let everybody, if people are listening, I just want to give an history a little bit about an Eskoroma. Eskoroma is somebody where out of petrol. If he's a better, he get to believe himself. Because one of the happen in our voice where we go. And they give you this information. And Eskoroma be then a confide. They make a prefect. They left all the conflict there. So for first time, you have to be very don't get for you. For better. No easy. You see what I try? And the command teachers put us so that they pass O level. They just continue to be 18 years. serious prefect now, boys. But he was negative guy. It was. So and the school for better. No easy.
So what's the name again?
Oh,
What's the name again?
by Wally.
By worry.
Yes.
Okay. Do you get any
Just records. Then go tell you.
in the boy school I go school. So the boy school I go school.
Boys school my Gorka. Now they tell you so.
Now I go school. Now I go school.
Yeah, no, boys school my Gorka.
You know how they tell you so. The boy school my book, me go school. Now they tell you so. So the question what? Yeah, the question what I get for you, Mr. Bayori, you don't think say at this time it seems like Neskoma self now hold the party into ransom because the case was already been decided by the court, but he not agree. He say he supposed for be the arbiter of this adoption of the constitution. Now I think
because I the government, then go get the wrong.
No, forget about the SLPP. Forget about the SLPP. The court don't. Hold on. Let me finish. The court just decided.
If you live alone court.
Well, I don't know, but that one they will get. That one they will get. To not get. I don't know that.
And I mean, now Alfred Conteh produce record text message to say, oh, what you talk so now because they don't get the right. Or they're not talking at the back door with an SM and it's not agree. Let's show you information with regards to that.
I don't want to go to Alfred first. I just hold on, Mr. Bayo, hold on. I don't want to go to Alfred first. Based on waiting, we know we all at APC we know. Neck the comment say. Can you hold on? I'm not saying at APC. Hold on. Let me just finish. Waiting we know the part of this threat here. Now NRM or Alfred versus the leadership, even also the APC self now in this threat here now the leadership versus Alfred. But what we know, the APC don't decide say when I go ahead and adopt this constitution because that was the first thing we supposed to do for adopt the constitution. But Neskoma and Yansane, them two people here, they not forbid the arbiters them. It is only after that Neskoma say no, the way they tell and say he not forbid the arbiter, and we only hear from him out. So you don't think say it is time for me Alfred Conteh and Neskoma Yansane then look at this as for the interest of the party for saying everything. It doesn't matter. If I not be part of the process, that's fine. As long as the process is free and fair, let people then go ahead. Let the party pick people that interim body or people that will we trust for making them go adopt this constitution. Let people go ahead. But if you say power partner, you get from adopt the constitution, and now they say no, you never adopt the constitution. Because say no, you never adopt the constitution, then we have a problem. You see the problem we need the time to talk about.
Yes, I understand. I'll be asking a question just to say, what's the reason why it's one of the or the other guy who's named himself?
Yes, I mean. Yeah, because Alfred talked about this in the beginning. Because one of the things that we asked Alfred saying, Yansane, in fact, them time been on the long time. And then they understand say when the time done, well, the constitution say you either set up an interim or you get for ask for an extension. Alfred, can you please come in and try for help again? You can go begin back off and you listen to Alfred.
Okay. so
you just talk and ask critical questions there.
Okay, go ahead.
If not work.
All right, go ahead. I try to set up the way they call.
I'll ask a question again. I'm done.
Oh, you done? Okay. Well, now go listen. Wait till I play the talk. So you can ask question at the comment section also.
Yes, I know that.
Okay.
They say now I said no say unless Roman approach we have to pay to. If you have been in parliament, no, boys school. Let's think for that.
Okay. All right. Alfred, go ahead.
Bye.
Well, I think I don't know if I could start, but the thing about an Eskoroma and everything, you know, Pasheki second, story them. We make you feel say it's super special. Gaddafi, beaucoup people get stories, president and story them, and God no more know. I mean, not the boys' school, I don't know what's in the happen and Eskoroma days, you know. But what I want to say here, this fest is about the APC. It's about making the APC party viable. It's about making the APC party legally strong. Because they will not go election, then go use technicality, then go pull it. That man not get mandate again. The constitution not give them that mandate for continue for extend then stay. So on what grounds are they still there? So the courts don't make it easy. Then so on a push corner, on allow let the party do ABC, then we go move on, you know. So I don't know what waiting again in the say. Nine are the lawsuits. Then we move down. You left that side. They decide where they talk. But waiting again. Waiting one. Or why an Eskoroma for day?
Yeah.
Yes, an Eskoroma, as it is right now, it don't did it for 20 years. And this last time we did it so, as we speak, from October to now, it not get one legality. And I'll let people know, an Eskoroma in January, when me lawsuit surfaced, one thing where they tell me, they say the party resigned inside June.
June, I heard that too. Yeah.
They say they resign inside June because they get position, this and that. Brian, June, this is July, would they say. So the man not reliable, nobody not trusts. And unless somebody also knows something. Not only an Eskoroma for faith business this one, it don't lie. Even if they pull an any judge and bring Chinese man judge, you know go bend that law. The law is the law. You know? So it just need for level for battle. All man for begin tell and say step down. And while there, I want to use this opportunity for thank the one that already come out with audio where they voice their opinion. One lady they although you don't understand what he was sue for, I hope say they listen to this. One lady where they call the lioness, you know, where they say for talk and a family talk. Family talk wake up and legality, you know the work. The only way this they be, like I can tell a Nestle resigns. That's all man for the teller. Wait commode, brad the APC they move on. You know? So we need to get the message out there. But I just want to tell the audience say the question they ask good, and the advice and comment them, I appreciate them. There's no hard feeling, no negativity. Now me go inside the kitchen. Now me decide for stay inside the kitchen because I believe I will stand the smoke.
Right. So what are your last comments to the party leadership and the party in general?
Well, my last comment, the comment to the party leadership and to the party in general is let we forget about ego. Let we forget but Nami this me and Eskoroma. Nobody know who affects me. No, put the party first. Prior to an Eskoroma, we don't go convention with interest. You know, people that look in and say, you know, the party big pass we all. For the sake of the party, at a step down, we go convention with interest. They don't have to put an APC. And Eskoroma, it don't benefit them. That man and they will step down. They're not to be president here. They don't even win election. And Eskoroma don't win them. It don't be so much powerful. APC. Yet still, they say if not you're in charge, we'll not forgo convention. But this does not make sense. Step aside, logo adopt the constitution. I ask what to them. as we speak, by God in power, in the next 2 weeks, the Council of Elders, I believe, say, then go form the interim. So while this appeal they go on, we'll not get for wait, because the party not get time. If them be allowed with the first term, we'll be in the target October. If we don't all lengths here, if we don't come to a settlement, if we don't get flag bearer, but now then they delay the process. So now we don't look and say, if we continue with the own line, we're not so, we're not anti-party activity than the dynamic column.
All right. Well, it's been a pleasure, Mr. Conteh, for kind of the program, for come explaining your side of the story. Most of the time, now people their opinion, most of we they see no more. So another make a try by all possible means for bring you come for make we able to get you inside of the story. And Mr. Sefu, the way them call even though I follow up, so many things we talk today we are not been previewed before. And now get an idea, say some of them here they're very, very necessary. So I just the pre-God say we all for America we work together for the benefit of for the benefit we all work together for the benefit of the party. So I thank you very much for coming to the program again. Thank you. Miss Alfred?
Yes.
Yeah, I say I thank you very much.
I want to say thank you for having me. Let the message go out.
Yeah, so you can watch this.
For they far, if not for their appeal. But like I they say, the Council of Elders, the people who will be go register this party, then don't step up. Then we don't get series of meetings, and then don't decide for step up and move this party forward. So in the next 2 weeks, we'll get good news now the APC. Will they move on? If they want to do anything, let them do it. But this party not go sit down. After we don't get court order, say we not move on, we they go back for go appeal. So we don't need to wait for them. I find that out legally say we can move on and do it to one. So they move on by God in power. So I want to thank the listeners. We will get a democratic APC party. We will benefit we and we picking them. And we all, when are reform minded, including my senior comrade from New Jersey, Dr. Kamara. You know, they don't agree with me, but they agree with the principle. You know, all the one way agree with the principle of reforming the party.
Thank you very much, Mr. Alfred Conteh, once more. May God bless you, and we'll talk to you next time, okay? Bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to thank Mr. Alfred Conteh for this interview. It's very important for America. We get two sides of the story, and I know say probably Aneskroma or Yansane they're not going able for come, but hopefully I will try for America reach out to them again. I've been on try for reach out to Yansane multiple times for America. I can't know within now they're side of the story, but I'm not able to forget them yet. But I hope, say, one day we'll be able to sit down as a family and discuss this. Now, let me just give me your opinion, as always. The APC party, now a national party. The APC party, now one of the most populous and popular party in the country. Probably, the APC party is the most popular party in the country. I know say the SLPP, they disagree with me, but that's okay. All right. So here is the problem we are seeing. You know, we in the APC need for put we acts together. Okay? If we not put we acts together and try to look at the interest of the party, then I don't talk about this so many times now this program now, and people that will follow this program every Saturday, they know what I try for talk about. I just want to repeat this. And I did see one of my brother when by Wale, he said with us and by Koma at this moment, APC will ever remain in the opposition. These are some of the problems we will get. These are some of the problems we will get by the APC. And not the APC no more. Now, the country. We see say parties are tied to individuals. And when that individual is gone, the party crumbles. Now this mentality we get by the country. I don't see so many parties where they form within the country where they are directly tied to an individual. For example, PDP. When they formed PDP, PDP was formed around Temu Bangura. When Temu Bangura died, the PDP crumbles. Up till now, they don't get any viability at all. The same thing with, I think, the UNPP of the late Kefa Smart. It's tied around Kefa Smart. When Kefa Smart left, the UNPP, where they been called on lamp, it crumbled down. So many parties then in Africa where is centered around an individual. In the Western society, an individual is tied to the party, not to the party, to the individual. And that way, it doesn't matter who comes in and go, the party still remains intact. But when we get this perception, say, this person, without him, this institution, where supposed to be a national institution, not be able to exist. Now, in the make they behave some of them kind of behavior, yeah. We they read about this land's chairman for life. And Eskroma, now one of the most admired presidents in the history of we country, no doubt. And Eskroma don't do so much for the APC party. If you see the APC party reach this level of popularity today, after the NPRC overthrown the APC party, now because Adeskroma and a lot of other people, they stand up, they work together, people like the late Sherry Kamal and people like the former ambassador to the UK, Eddie Toure, and a lot of other people them. And we owe them people then they a lot of thanks. We owe them, definitely. And we need for respect them people then they for the good thing we don't do for this party. And we're supposed to appreciate them. Having said that, a national party is above individual. And until we, when the party members realize that and try for this way with thought processes or with perception for saying this person, now you hold this party, if this person go, the party go, then there is a problem. If Namina be an Eskroma, and I know say a lot of people then give me a lot of other alternative, but if Namina and Eskroma, after we lost the power, I don't want to go to why we lost the power, because that one day I don't talk about that so many times. But after we lost the power, the best thing we are supposed to be do, I did look at the inner circle of the party. I'm not talking about the leadership alone. There are so many people that were capable for lead this party here, where probably they are not even members of the current leadership. Try, they say, a good leader, now a leader will always they train other good leaders them. Because a good leader don't say in order for them that party there forever or that council there forever for leader. So the best way they do, the time when you be as a leader, you get the power At the time when they trade, try for IMAC, people they win are good leaders the way they come, you train them, then it will be very easy when the time reach, you pass it over without any problem. But it seems, based on what they read from some of who colleagues them, it seems our leaders they not do a good job for train future leaders them we get for can take over this party. Now that make we brother like by Wally, they talk say at this moment man an Eskroma, without an Eskroma, the party is going to be in the opposition. I respectfully disagree. And an Eskroma, it tell people them when a very, very highly respected people there within the party for say in June, whether the party they go into convention or not, adoption of the constitution or not, it will resign from the party. This was what an Eskroma told people. When a highly respected people, we tell me passionately, because they communicate with a lot of people that are within the leadership. Because I'm very, very curious. I want to know what's in the gun within the party. They are assuring say an Eskroma assure them say whether convention or no convention. By June, an Eskroma they resign. They try for bringing people them where they can take as interim. If the courts come out before June, then say, okay, when I go into for go adopt the new constitution, but we don't want for make you take charge of that because of A, B, and C. If me, now an Eskroma, we don't rule that country, they amicably, left power, transfer power to the opposition, get this respect within the international community. The first thing we have been do, this now a cover for an Eskroma, in my own opinion. The court's decision now a cover for an Eskroma, because a lot of people then will just say, oh, an Eskroma want for jump out of the ship when the ship dip and sink. No, the APC is not sinking down. It's not. Now we no one for put we us together. The APC is not sinking down. Yes, we lost election. That's okay. And it's natural in any democratic system. You know, they expect, say, every time the APC now, they get for win the election. So it's just part of the process. But how we go able to make sure, say, we come back. Now, the sacrifice of the leadership, the people that we don't work so hard for this party, for stock, say, either me or nobody, that is a big problem within the APC party. It's a big problem. And I wish an Eskroma for sit down. I don't say it's a don't tire. For sit down and say, you know what? There are capable people within this party here. Now we call them people here for make them can move this party. And they retire from active politics, or are they retire from the chairmanship? If that will able help this party for make the able say right now, there is no strategy where would they make, because we depend this court battle from court battle to court battle, from internal fight to internal fight. The one themselves where they try for contest for the leadership of the party. I don't see any effort within themselves for make them say, you know what thing? We are fighting for the leadership of this party, and we see some of them problems here. Why? I know some of them form what they call gang of six or whatever. Why they don't sit down and call the party, the leadership knock and say, you know what thing? We are also stakeholders of this party. The way they see things and they go, it affects you directly, because right now with the crisscross around the country, for go meet people them, for able for convince them for make them able to vote for him. But if the party leadership not able to make their hearts together, no matter what the effort they make, it not going able to help. So we understand what they try to talk about, right? Now the reason this way at the CC, Whether they blame Alfred Conteh or would they blame President Corona or Yassaniel, it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters most is how we all they come together and try to stop some of this nonsense where they go on within the party. 2023, if that is going to be an election, what do we expect if not that's what it get for happen? Now by March or April 2023. March or April, if we they go according to the last election, now March or April, the next election get for take place. Okay? If this is the case, my brother, we don't get time. We don't get time. And as Kuruma, we expect a lot from her because now in our leader, now we know Papa. Sometimes you did look at certain things, you know, waiting for the benefit of this because he don't work so much for this party. He don't struggle so much for this party. He don't make this party become a popular a national party once more. So make it look inwardly and make it not destroy what he don't build, where we all proud of, for be part of, just because the court say enough for participate by an adoption of a constitution. Come on. Come on, guys. Come on. What are we doing? We were the young one that we supposed we expect behave badly because we not experience, you know, we get that youthful way them call, you know, when somebody young, if he say he get the wall, so sometimes he can behave bad. Now the youth that we expect them kind behavior, not to we papa them, not to we leaders them, we they expect them kind behavior, they talk saying, not to cut put me under, not to cut here for tell me for make accommodate. These are some of the things where we they expect we when are the foot soldier there for talk. To we brother, what to Papa? This is just an adoption of a constitution. Why you get for why when are the whole way into ransom? For go adopt a constitution, two people that say they're not for day. Now the entire party has been held into ransom. The entire party. They say two people they're not for day for the adoption of the constitution of a national party, and now the party is under I don't know, kidnapping. Come on, guys. Una they frustrate we. So be honest with you, una they frustrate we too much. We want for say a modern democratic party. Una they frustrate we too much. And I think enough is enough. Because if we not try for resolve this problem, we wait till 2022, we go lose the election. And guess what? If they continue for destroy this party, I know say a lot of people that they will agree with me. That's okay. It's part of the democratic process, right? Freedom of speech, right? You know, will agree with me. But there is no reason why an adoption of a constitution supposed for all the party into ransom. Because just then say two people, we don't lead this party, we don't work so much for this party. Some of them for over 50 years, like in the likes of Yansane, they don't work for this party for over 50 years. For take a day, for go adopt a constitution where when all don't look together, when I don't agree, for go adopt them, they say no, now we supposed to go adopt that constitution then. Is that the way a national party is supposed to behave? Is that the way leaders that are the party supposed to behave? This is the problem we'll get. And unfortunately, we get people the way they support some of them here. I'm not get no beef into this fight. I want to make everybody know. I'm not get no beef in this fight. Okay? But I get beef with the way we party they go. Because you know what? Some of we not get no other place for go. When the APC party been in the power. Now all of you of we been get the mind for tell we leaders them for say some of the things that they do now wrong things them. A lot of the APC members them, especially the one who been there now who they call the opportunists them, because some of them they actually come to the party when the party was already in their second term and they were very desperate for position, so then come to the party. That people then they won't be try for one with leaders and say hey, this they destroy the party, then say we know APC enough. Immediately, I talk about this today now at the TPN forum. Immediately, the very day when the party, they know say the party lose way, when the neck boss read the result. That very day they say some of them, then they delete themselves from the APC forums them. Then they delete themselves. These were the people who are telling us that we are not APC enough because we get the mind for stand up and say what's in the leadership they do now wrong thing, if they destroy the party, then delete themselves. Today, see none of them. We wanted to APC enough, we still the struggle. We still they continue for tell the party what they're supposed to do when we able to bring we kind of power. I understand. Everybody gets in your way of thinking. I don't get no problem with that. We all get to your way of thinking. The way me they think, not also the way you they think. Waiting at the see, sometimes we they see the same thing, but we they interpret it differently. I understand that. That make when me they try for do things, I mean they look at your thought process. I mean they look at the way you they think. And they look at the way how I believe say now is supposed for help the APC party. There is no reason why we for continue for all this. Well, by Wali, you still they ask the question. Did the court give reason why EBK should not participate? I think Alfred don't talk about this many times during the interview. So I don't want to go into that again. But the fact that, by Wali, the fact that the court talks in, and one thing where I think you be miss way Alfred they talk about. It was according to Alfred, what he talking about this interview, earlier. It was Alfred and in lawyers them. Now them go na court, them go tell the court say because time is running out, they want for make the court give them make the court give the party the chance for make them go adopt the constitution. It was not and ask for that. It was Alfred. This is very important. Okay. Now Alfred and in lawyers and they ask for say make the court give the party the power for go adopt the constitution. The court give them that power. The court give the APC the power for make them go adopt the constitution. But the fact that and as by Koroma and Yansane, then time don't expire. So they need and the Skoma and the Yansane, they need for set up an interim body we're supposed for do this because that is illegal. What after your time don't expire, you contest an election. I mean not maybe I may not agree with that. I don't agree with that. You right? I don't agree with that. I believe say under normal circumstances, and the Skoma or then supposed for contest for conduct this adoption. Okay? And under normal circumstances, that's what we believe in. But this is a court decision. This is a court decision. We say greedy behavior not interrupt. You understand? We say selfish not come and play within the realm of the party. If me na Yansane, if me na what them call, I go say, okay, what's the problem? We get two most senior institutions that we responsible for them thing and the NAC and the school master self na in call NAC. For both after the courts don't give this, for say waiting at the thing. The NAC tell Anes by Kuruma based on waiting Alfred Conteh talk me as you know. NAC tell Anes Kuruma say make them go ahead and agree with the court, make them move ahead and adopt the constitution. If they say the two people are not supposed for day, that's fine. This is what Alfred said. Okay, if this is the case, Alfred say after Anes Kuruma no agree with that because he want to take control. According to Alfred, he want to take control. He called the Congress, when at the highest body of the party. The Congress come, I don't know, a small group of people then come, then go sit down. They agree say they need to go appeal this decision. Okay? They need to go appeal. Then go appeal. They lost the case. Now they appeal that the appeal court. And we all know for say that course they mostly in the SLPP courts, we know that. If the courts don't give you a say, okay, when I go ahead and do what you get for do, but then two people here, because of the time limit and because of the circumstances, they're not for be the arbiters of this adoption. Look at many thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people. Now APC, you want to tell me say them two people and they're only able to do stuff? Come on, guys. So why they don't say, okay, if Namina the problem, I don't work for this party here, let me step aside. When I bring other people there for do this thing, I say no, because not get the authority for tell and what he's supposed to do. This now we papa where we supposed to look up to for teach we, the moral ethics where we all supposed to learn from the big one them. We not traditional people them. Me not traditional person. I like for learn from the big one them. That make I get wisdom. When you learn from the big one them, you get wisdom. And you expect the big one them they for behave in a way where this is a friend and the small one. I go say, come on, daddy, or come on, brother. Yeah, I don't think say this not the right thing. That is very, very unfortunate. You see, this is the problem when they do. This is the problem. So I do pray to God for America. God go into the hearts of we leaders them and look at the party instead of looking at themselves and try to do the right thing. If we not give the opportunity for make the SLPP court play with we, I think say we will be okay. But right now, what in they play, what I say, na ego, personal interest, na in they play right now. And I understand, we Africans, especially the way we do things, sometimes we look at with personality. No, this person not supposed for can humiliate me because being a leader. Boy. All right. Now this I guess I just get 10 minutes more to go, so I will continue for talk until maybe I will stop before that. But this is the problem we will get, and I just want for we now the upcoming politicians within the APC party. Let we look at ourselves and try to deviate from the way we big brother. Then sometimes then they think you can understand. 20 years from now, the way we think right now, you compare that to 20 years from now, maybe we get what we call archaic thinking, and we need to accept that. That make when you be a leader, the first way you get for to try train other leaders them in case you know they waiting all UNESCO things. Two, I don't want to call a misconception, but there are two concepts. One, the ship is sinking. and the captain not for jump when the ship dip and sink. That's now one of the concepts. The second concept, well, without an eskroma, like quoting by Wale say, without an by Koroma, nobody else. That in itself, that particular statement alone, now he tell on an eskroma. Because what that statement saying, an eskroma not being willing for train future leaders them in case when he been in a power within the APC. Because if you been trained good leaders then way didn't at the side, we don't groom so much that like when you come on a power so 3 months, hey, come on guys, because he trusts them, he trained them, he know them. But he not train nobody. Everybody was fighting for him or herself. Taking from yonder, everybody. This individualism, what would they pay? That was the problem. So a leadership self tell on that particular statement, whereby Wali talks so. Okay? But we like honest by Roman. Now we papa, it don't work so much. Come on. The power don't work so much for this party here. We get forgive and that respect there. But at the same time, instead of get for understand saying power na something where it come and go. If it come, you know hard for no say yes, power don't come. Within yourself, it tell on you for say yes, I don't get this power. But when power go, it tell on you. Tell on you. So don't make left power left you. Left power. Very important. And I hope so. I know hurt somebody, but a lot of people we know other than Dr. Mankot, I know say I'm very pragmatic, I'm very frank, and I'm angry. You know, when you expect somebody where you they look up to and you see the behavior, we they look up to with leadership. We they look up to me now one of the people that we get private, deep conversation with leaders them. Most of them, with the exception of Anes Koroma. Maybe Anes Koroma, if he been take me phone call sometime, I know say Anes Koroma a smart person. Sometimes if I be not realize say this boy, I think say now somebody way not afraid for talk the truth. Because what a leader want, he wants somebody where they tell and the truth, not to yes or no more like waiting to happen within the APC, the SLPP party today. That's what been happen to we when we been in the power. Because people then they believe say if you tell your leader the truth, that means you don't lose influence over that person there. That's what the problem we'll get. Okay? That's the problem we'll get. But me believe say I come out from a ruling family. Anybody we know this name, Mankota, this is not a title. Before, now the biggest chiefdom of the country in terms of population and probably even geography. The only chiefdom was. Now they don't split into two again. So the Mankota now a ruling family within Yoni. And we people them when they born we. You know how when they train we, how they train leaders them within the family. And they train we for make we not afraid for talk the truth to leaders. We're not afraid for tell you saying you're wrong. Daddy, you're wrong. And at the same time that they train me picking them. That them training the way I get, at the same time that they train me picking them. I know one for let me picking the afraid for tell me say daddy you're wrong. Because me a human being. I am not infallible. I they make mistake. The same thing with leaders. But when the leaders they then get people they will surround them every time when the leader they do, they say yes sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now this no more than they pack. Then they destroy that leader there. Then they destroy him because there is no alternative. People are afraid to say the truth to their leaders. But that make within the APC when I start to see some problem within the APC, I begin to tell people that the truth. I been get some people their way being they go meet Anes by Koroma, yes, and the other leaders them. They get papers them. We've been get a forum where I've been created for the APC in 2010. 2010. I create that in then Google group forums them. You know, so now the first social media forums then we will be in communicate, right? Yahoo, Google. So I create this for North America. We will be they look at some of the things then where the APC they do internally. We they talk say, well, this not wrong, this not wrong. We been get some people then where they print some of who comment when they go na freedom, then they go present her to us and they say, we see no more man cut. Then boy and they're not afraid. The people there are people that we respect within the APC North America. You know, they're not being afraid. They come back. Hey, Mankota, let me call in the phone. Hey, Mankota, I can't go. How them call them box here. I go. I print a lot of this internal discussion. We will criticize the party. What they do? I print boku. I tell them go. I go show them. You waste no more. Today, when I talk, the leaders then they wait them and they go lick their boots. When they talk, then they listen. Today, when them people then they talk, they say, "Come on, Ayabu, you're not a better person." Abu, come on, nah, that one day, but come on. You see that the reason this God na in the gay leadership. I strongly believe that. Now so I was brought up to believe, and I see him within myself. If God be not maxing you a leader, I tell him one thing. If God be not maxing me, I will be leader. Now that country did. Nobody. I repeat, nobody not be able to stop him. If you see somebody stop that, God be not be marking it. But if God be not maxing me a leader in that country, nobody not be able to stop him. You know what I supposed to do? That one day I left him to God. The leadership decision it did to God because now destiny. You know what thing God not they do for me or you? God not they come make you a good leader. Now you get for make yourself a good leader. How you go make yourself a good leader? Credibility now one thing now one day. You know, with people them, they use for tell we say when you are trustworthy and credible, you're not a rich person. You get everything where they make you successful. Because if you believe me, say me not trustworthy somebody, you're not afraid for trust me money. See? Why trustworthiness is very, very great. Credibility is very, very great. It hard in the context of with society today. Because we are all hypocrites. Everybody is hypocrite. So everybody is supposed to become hypocrite. So for somebody for try for be credible, now a very, very difficult task that one day within the Sierra Leone society. But it worth it. It pay. No insult a leader. Because even in the Bible and the Quran, God talk up. Say, you respect your leader because you know what? God now in the give leadership. And the one way you want for make you be a leader, now in the be a leader. Okay? So no disrespect a leader, no insult a leader, no matter how we disagree. But not afraid for tell the leader the truth. Tell them. Now it help to that leader there. Okay? So I don't come to the end of this program. I know say a lot of you enjoy this. And I hope say we all be able to learn from some of the things that I talked today in this program. You see, this program is more of education than just parties and politics. And that make most of the time, even with me commentators them, after we don't argue, we don't play with politics. What do they say? What is not the last word? What you get for say to the people? Because we expect after we don't argue, we don't know what to get for them. What do they say now for all the benefit society? So I hope say the APC party, what I talked today, it will able to benefit some people there. But not see some people then will become very angry because that's how they think. And just believe say you always get for say yes to a leader every time. When you don't say yes, then you are an outcast. But I don't believe that. Yeah, I'm not believer. So I want to thank Alfred Conteh today for kind of the program, for telling you side of the story. And let we be patient and let we respect each other and let we pray for Salon, because the way Salon did today, prayers and they talk who they talk, but to disrespect talk. I'm not into insult. I'm not into insult. Because today might be on the day. Yesterday na next day. Tomorrow na other person get for the day. It could be me. It could be you. It could be anybody. Don't not say maybe I'm not going to able to be a leader. Leadership na God na get some. As long as you get what it take for be a leader, you know to Chris man, you get the education what they call. Believe yourself, say what in God mark na it happen. Okay. So let we pray for we country right now, and the virus don't come back to the country. And I talked about this yesterday na the TPN forum. This government, na careless government, rather beyond government, na careless government. Because if not a careless government, this, then we don't put mechanism na the airport. Say the reason what to make them put the mechanism and they everybody will come, then get for screening first, test you for make sure say you not get the virus before they let you go inside. What did they do? They just focus on the money side. corrupt government. Focus on the money side. Because if not on the money side, they focus on trying to prevent the virus from coming in. Look this new variant where they say it in a salon right now. Where they kill people and so. Now Delta. Who side they found Delta? Now India. How that come up from that side up to this place? Because we screening mechanism at the airport is not sufficient. Because of corruption, they allow some people them for make them sneak into the country. Even though probably they screen them people and they don't see them people and then get this virus here. Some of them, when you don't screen, you get for go inside. All what you need is you address who you get for go. So it's very, very tough, man. This government is corrupt. And now then they put restriction on the people them. Any government will not proactive, it always find itself in that kind of situation here. This government now reactive government now the biggest problems where they get. They're very, very reactive. You're not supposed to do them as a government in this 21st century, especially after 1 year we know what's in the going at the world. You they allow people there for go inside the country like the way you just take the money no more. And the funny thing here is not only when you go you pay, when you want for couple you get for pay back. Even though you come out of the country, you get for payback. This kind of nonsense, this. I feel say the reason what make them put the mechanisms in there for screen people them, for make them not carry inside the virus inside the country. Waiting somebody will get for come out of the country get for do with carry the virus for the country. Now left the person they left. Why you for pay again? Anyway. I know, huh? I just say, really? If I say nobody talk, I talk to but things are very, very, I know. So, well, what do we have to do? Nothing. Good night. We'll see you back next week. Same time, the same place. Do you subscribe if you watch now YouTube? Subscribe because every weekend we did live and we bring so many interesting things about Sierra Leone. Okay? Good night.